Good afternoon, Salam Elizabethani. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brendan Lepal and you're watching World Today. Here's a brief look at today's top stories. Malaysia has achieved its 5-gold medal target at the 2026 Commonwealth Games. Para long jump T20 world record holder Dato' Abdul Latif Romli secured the country's 5th gold with a 7.17-meter leap. Fellow Malaysian Eljo Gotuo claimed bronze, while Canada's Noah Vucic took silver. At least 13 people have been killed after a 7.1 magnitude earthquake struck near Kumamoto in southern Japan. Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi said rescuers were racing to reach survivors trapped beneath rubble. The quake cut power to thousands and damaged roads, while 8 people were rescued from a partially collapsed shopping mall. Iran has proposed a temporary agreement with Oman to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, allowing some shipping lanes through Iranian waters. Deputy Foreign Minister Kazim Garibabadi said Tehran rejected Oman's plan to divide transit routes equally, citing security concerns. He warned that Strait would remain closed if Muscat rejects Iran's proposals. French football legend Zinedine Zidane has been appointed national team coach on a 4-year contract. The 54-year-old succeeds Didier Deschamps, whose 14-year tenure ended after France finished 4th at the World Cup. Zidane described the appointment as a dream, with his first match set against Turkey in the Nations League. Roberto Mancini has returned for a second spell as Italy's national football coach. The 61-year-old replaces Gennaro Gattuso, who left after Italy failed to qualify for a 3rd consecutive World Cup. Mancini previously led the Azzurri to the European Championship title in 2021 and managed the team in 58 matches. At least 13 people have been killed after a 7.1 magnitude earthquake struck Japan's southwestern Kumamoto prefecture. The quake severely damaged a shopping mall and factory, sparked fires and cut power to tens of thousands of homes. Rescue teams are racing to reach survivors feared trapped beneath the wreckage. A government source told the mall in the town of Kashima was apparently gutted by a gas explosion, collapsing ceilings and walls. The explosion occurred after the customers and staff had evacuated. 8 people were rescued from the mall, 5 of whom had injuries. They added that no safe route of access has been found into the facility, meaning that it has not been possible to enter so far. Initial reports indicated that as many as 20 to 30 people have been trapped inside, but police later said the actual number was lower. Japan is one of the world's most seismically active countries, sitting on top of 4 major tectonic plates along the western edge of the Pacific Ring of Fire. Iran has proposed a temporary arrangement with Oman to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, with some shipping lanes passing through Iranian waters. Deputy Foreign Minister Kazim Garibabadi said that Tehran rejected an Omani proposal for an equal division of transit routes between the two countries, saying such a plan did not address Tehran's security concerns until long-term regional stability was achieved.
فرمول روی میزه این رو پذیرفتند بپذیرند ما ببینیم که تو گام‌های بعدی چه اتفاق خواهد افتاد. اگر نپذیرند تنگه هرمز در واقع البته این رو هم عرض بکنم این مذاکراتی که داره با عمان انجام میشه اینها در عین بسته بودن تنگه داره انجام میشه. پس ببینید جمهوری اسلامی چششو در واقع اینطوری است که بسته باشه بگه حالا از مسیر جنوب رد شن. نه، اصرار عمان و حتی طرفای دیگر که با ما در تماسن برخی میانجا میگن آقا حداقل خب از این مسیر برن تا شما تفاهمات رو انجام بدید. به هیچ وجه ما حتی 1 ساعت مسیر جنوب به رسمیت نمیشناسیم، حتی 1 ساعت.
He said the Strait of Hormuz would remain closed if Muscat rejected Iran's proposal, adding that Tehran had never recognized the southern route along Oman's coast. Garibabadi also said Tehran had informed Muscat that it no longer recognizes the traffic separation scheme. He argued that the route, located roughly in the middle of the waterway, falls mostly within Omani waters and prevents Iran from monitoring vessels passing through, after the country was attacked by the US and Israel in late February. Oil prices jumped more than 4% as renewed fighting in the West Asia revived concerns over global supplies through the Strait of Hormuz. The increase followed US and Saudi airstrikes against Iran-backed militants in Iraq, while Tehran reportedly halted 3 oil tankers in the strategic waterway. Brent crude rose to nearly $88 a barrel, with West Texas Intermediate trading above $82. Meanwhile, Asian technology shares extended their losses as investors question heavy spending and high valuation linked to the artificial intelligence boom. South Korea's Kospi plunged 6%, led by sharp falls in chip makers SK Hynix and Samsung. Investors are also awaiting the US Federal Reserve's policy decision amid concerns it could signal a tougher stance on inflation. Keiko Fujimori took office as president of Peru on Tuesday, announcing that the armed forces will lead security operations in emergency zones in an effort to curb crime and the wave of extortion in the country. The 51-year-old daughter of the late former president Alberto Fujimori and the first woman to be elected president by direct vote was sworn in before Congress. During the ceremony, she called for reconciliation following the hard-fought election, marking the return of Peru's most influential and polarizing political dynasty of the past 3 decades. Fujimori replaces interim president Jose Balcazar to become the 9th head of state since July 2016, amid an ongoing political crisis. The new president also announced that she will request legislative powers to enact anti-crime laws and measures to mitigate the efforts, or rather the effects, of the El Niño climate phenomenon, which is already affecting key sectors of the local economy. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky hailed a good meeting with US counterpart Donald Trump at the White House on Tuesday, saying they discussed licenses to produce Patriot air defense interceptors and ways to revive negotiations with Russia. Zelensky spent just over an hour with Trump in talks that came with Kyiv and Moscow intensifying long-range strikes and US-led diplomatic efforts to end the war stalled. Zelensky said he discussed Patriot interceptor production licenses and other support options with the US president. Meanwhile, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt described the meeting as positive and productive. Relations between Zelensky and Trump have warmed since the start of the US president's second term, with Trump suggesting earlier this month that Ukrainian strikes inside Russia could help end the war. Uganda has declared itself Ebola-free following an outbreak that infected 20 people and killed 2. Uganda has suffered multiple outbreaks of Ebola since 2000, when it recorded its first epidemic. And officials say over the years, the country gained expertise it has used to bring recent infections under control, quickly with limited community spread. 15 people in the latest outbreak declared in mid-May were infected in neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo, the epicenter of the epidemic, where the number of confirmed cases now stands at more than 3,000. According to the Ugandan health minister, the last Ebola patient in Uganda, a Congolese national, was discharged on 22nd June.
The declaration follows the successful completion of the mandatory 42-day monitoring period, which began after the discharge of the last Ugandan national, a locally transmitted patient, on the 16th of June 2026. Throughout this period, the Ministry of Health maintained intensive surveillance nationwide, and no new Ebola cases have been detected.
And yet to come, new heat wave could worsen wildfires across Spain, France. Stay tuned.
Masa untuk tenaga. Berikan Milo yang penuh kebaikan demi si juara menjayakan setiap aktivitinya. Jom minum Milo.
Ayo seluruh anak berdiri, bangunkan Malaysia madani, sepenuh hati, jiwa, semangat, terus meyakini Malaysia madani. Ayo seluruh anak berdiri, semarakkan Malaysia madani, sepenuh hati, jiwa, semangat, terus meyakini Malaysia madani.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, the death toll from a landslide in southwestern China has risen to 41 after rescuers recovered 30 more victims. The disaster struck Pengshui County in Chongqing on 17 July, sweeping away residential buildings near a mountain and riverbank. Authorities confirmed the additional deaths following DNA testing and identification of remains found at the site. Rescue teams had been searching for 50 people reported missing beneath the rubble. The International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies has warned that another forecast heat wave could worsen fast-moving wildfires across Spain and France. The organization said months of extreme heat and drought have left vegetation and soil dangerously dry, allowing flames to spread rapidly and forcing thousands of residents from their homes. In Spain, the Red Cross has deployed 690 staff and volunteers, supported by 125 vehicles and 27 ambulances, to assist affected communities. 78 emergency shelters have also accommodated more than 4,400 people. Meanwhile, more than 300 Red Cross volunteers have been mobilized across France to support evacuations, provide temporary accommodation, and distribute essential supplies. The Federation said the situation remains highly volatile, with emergency services and shelters facing growing pressure. Drone footage filmed on Tuesday showed the morning sun shining through trees, revealing a mix of smoke and fog, charred trees and a burnt landscape. Elsewhere, rubble and ash was everything that was left at the site where houses once stood. The area southwest of the major city of Bordeaux is covered by pine forests, which become highly flammable when dry. The fire has burned down 42,000 hectares so far. A tornado has ripped through Menasha, Wisconsin, leaving homes badly damaged, vehicles overturned, and streets covered in debris. The storm also brought down power lines, cutting electricity and water supplies to parts of the city. Resident Dina Lean said the tornado swept directly through her neighborhood, leaving some people unable to reach emergency shelters. The community is struggling to survive amid the widespread destruction. A dramatic rescue was captured on video at Seabright State Beach in Santa Cruz, California. The footage shows a lifeguard grabbing a young boy caught in powerful waves as both were repeatedly knocked down and pulled back towards the ocean. A second lifeguard joined the rescue and helped bring the child safely ashore. Authorities said the boy suffered no serious injuries and was released to his parents. It was among 34 rescues conducted by district lifeguards over the weekend. And in sports, Glasgow 2026, weightlifting, Abdul Latif complete Malaysia's gold medal target. Stay tuned.
Kelajuan maksimum, The cabaran tanpa henti. Separuh musim telah berlalu, tiada ruang untuk kesilapan. Setiap saat bakal menjadi penentu kejuaraan. Siapakah yang bakal merampas tahta podium kali ini? Saksikan sorotan pusingan ke-11 MotoGP Rabu 29 Julai 9.30 malam di saluran OK, Sukan Plus dan pensterima langsung di RTM Klik.
Fabio Di Gianantonio's shocking Sunday here than at the Saxon Ring.
Saksikan hanya di RTM.
We begin with some good news from Glasgow. The Malaysian contingent has met its 5 gold medal target for the 2026 Commonwealth Games after para-long jump T20 world record holder Dato' Abdul Latif Romli delivered the country's 5th gold. His third jump of 7.17 meters was a far cry from his world record, but still enough to secure him the gold medal, ahead of second place Canadian Noah Vucic and third place fellow Malaysian Eljo Gotuo. After openly declaring his intention of smashing his world record of 7.67 meters prior to the competition, Dato' Abdul Latif said he was forced to change his approach to focus on winning the gold in the long jump T20, which made its debut in this edition. Malaysia has set a target of 5 gold to silver and 4 bronze medals for this year's Commonwealth Games. Earlier, weightlifter Mohammad Hafizuddin Roslin secured Malaysia's 4th gold in the men's 88kg category. The 22-year-old delivered an outstanding performance on his Commonwealth Games debut, lifting a combined 345 kilograms, 162 kilograms in the snatch, and 183 kilograms in a clean and jerk, setting new Games records in both lifts. New Zealand's Cameron David McTaggart took silver, and Scotland's Angus Doig settled for bronze. In addition to the 4 gold medals, Malaysia's weightlifting team also claimed the bronze, thanks to Irene Jane Henry in the women's 48kg category. The Malaysian Weightlifting Federation, PABM, has achieved its target of gold medals at the 2026 Glasgow Commonwealth Games. Although the target of 3 gold medals has been achieved, the national contingent's performance has surpassed expectations. PABM President Dato' Ayub Rahmat said the success was a very proud achievement for the country's weightlifting sport, proving that Malaysians have the ability to compete and emerge as champions on the international stage when given the right opportunity, preparation and support. Dato' Ayub described the success as also proving that weightlifting has great potential to be among the main contributors to the country's medals in major sports events such as the SEA Games, Commonwealth Games, Asian Games and subsequently the Olympic Games. He is also confident that all national athletes can maintain their excellent momentum in Glasgow.
Atlet-atlet Malaysia kini bersedia untuk kembali menggegarkan pentas Sukan Commonwealth Glasgow 2026. Saksikan wira-wira negara beraksi dalam misi memburu pingat. Siaran langsung Sukan Commonwealth eksklusif di Sukan Plus, saluran Astro 806 dan pensterima langsung di RTM Klik.
Malaysia kept up their good run in the 2026 Asean Cup by beating Laos 4-0 in their second Group B match at Kuala Lumpur Football Stadium last night. Malaysia dominated the first half. Laos had several good attempts at goal, with Malaysian goalkeeper Muhammad Azri Abdul Ghani performing well in several occasions to deny the visitors the opening goal they strove so hard for. Winger G. Pavitran passed the ball from the left to team captain Paulo Josue, who then comfortably tucked the ball in for the first goal of the match. Keeper Muhammad Azri was once again tested early in the second half, denying Laotian substitute Choni Wenpasset's attempt on goal. Malaysia then doubled their lead in the 57th minute after Pavitran's pass from the left found midfielder Endrick Dos Santos, who fired home the team's second goal. The match then went 3-0 in Malaysia's favour. 9 minutes later, one Ahmad Kuzain, one Ahmad Kamal scored Malaysia's final goal through a free kick in the 84th minute. Malaysia now leads Group B with 6 points ahead of Thailand and Myanmar, each tied with 3 points, and the Philippines and Laos, both without any points. Meanwhile, Malaysian interim coach Tan Cheng Ho acknowledged that winger G. Pavitran's outstanding performance was one of the key factors behind the team's victory.
Pavitran had been a good potential for the future place. Definitely, as a coach, you need to guide him, give him the confidence, encourage him to be brave enough to go forward. Whatever the instruction they're given to him, he delivered the job, and congrats to him that hopefully he can continue playing well, getting better. The most important is he has to believe himself. So far, you can see on the matches, on match by match, game by game, you can see improving.
The 21-year-old was also named man of the match after providing 2 assists. FIFA plans to create a new commercial subsidiary valued at $20 billion. Now, the World Football Governing Body said it is seeking support from its 211 member associations for the proposal, which has already drawn criticism from UEFA. The ambitious plan would see FIFA establish FIFA Forward Enterprise, FFE, who wholly owns subsidiary consolidating the organization's commercial and event operations. FIFA said it would retain sole control as well as exclusive authority over football governance, competitions, the match calendar, and all regulatory and sporting decisions. Under the proposal, FIFA would invite external investors to purchase minority, non-controlling stakes in FFE to raise up to $4.2 billion, with the body saying all net benefits will be reinvested in the game. French football great Zinedine Zidane has been appointed national team coach on a 4-year contract. The 54-year-old succeeds Didier Deschamps, whose 14-year tenure ended after France finished 4th at the World Cup. Calling the appointment a dream, Zidane will officially take charge on 1st August.
Je suis heureux de ce qui m'arrive aujourd'hui, de pouvoir devenir le sélectionneur de cette équipe de France. J'ai pas d'autres mots, je suis contenu parce que forcément, mais j'ai plein d'émotions en moi, quoi. Je suis prêt pour relever le défi. Voilà. En tous les cas, c'est ce qui m'anime aujourd'hui, de pouvoir travailler auprès de cette équipe de France.
His first match will be a Nations League fixture away to Turkey before France hosts Italy at the Stade de France on 2nd October. Zidane and Deschamps share a long association, having been teammates in France's 1998 World Cup winning side on home soil. Zidane played a pivotal role in that triumph and won the Ballon d'Or that year. He made 108 appearances for the national side, scoring 31 goals and contributing 29 assists. Roberto Mancini has been reappointed as Italy's national football coach, returning for a second spell with the Azzurri. The 61-year-old replaces Gennaro Gattuso, who resigned in April after Italy failed to qualify for a 3rd consecutive World Cup. Italian Football Federation President Giovanni Malago confirmed the appointment on Tuesday. Mancini previously guided Italy to the European Championship title in 2021 and managed the national side in 58 matches.
4 tahun penantian, ribuan jam latihan tanpa henti, semuanya memuncak pada satu detik. Semangat, perjuangan, kejayaan. Bersedia untuk tamasya yang paling dinantikan. Sukan Commonwealth Glasgow dari 24 Julai hingga 3 Ogos. Saksikan grandstand laporan harian setiap hari, sesi 1, 6 petang hingga 9 malam dan sesi 2, 1 pagi hingga 4 pagi. Ikuti juga sorotan harian 2 petang. Semuanya eksklusif di Sukan Plus, saluran Astro 806 dan pun streama langsung di RTM Klik.
And that's it. On World Today, tune in to Malaysia Tonight on RTM World and TV1 later this evening at 8:30 p.m. Alternatively, you can also stream us live on RTM Click's website and mobile application. Until next time, I'm Brendan Paul, Malaysia Madani, kesejahteraan dinikmati. Thank you for watching and take care.
Kasih Malaysia, tanah tumpah darahku selamanya.
Jalur gemilang berkibar megah di hatiku takkan berubah.
Aku kasih Malaysia,
Walau badai datang melanda,
kita berdiri teguh bersama
demi tanah air tercinta.
Bersama Malaysia Madani, negara dihormati dan disegani. Pelbagai bangsa hidup harmoni, muafakat utuh bertoleransi.